Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Joey, and this is going to be my prediction video for the main event of UFC Vegas 28, Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Augusto Sakai. And this is a fight that I'm not all that excited for. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, I'm so excited for this fight when I'm not. It's an okay heavyweight main event. I feel like, this could have been like a co-main event or something like that. The UFC could have done better as far as the main event of this card. But it is what it is. I'm a hardcore MMA fan. I'm going to watch it anyway. I'm sure plenty of you guys are too. And we have the opportunity to potentially see a brutal KO as we always do with the heavyweights. So this is going to be my prediction video. Before I give you my official prediction, do me a favor. Make sure to like the video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go with Jairzinho Rozenstruik by second round TKO. And I see this fight majority taking place on the feet. And at its most simplistic version, I just think Jairzinho Rozenstruik is the better striker. He's a counter striker. He likes waiting on guys to come in. And Sakai's kind of a tailor-made matchup for him. I think he's going to press forward, look for big power shots. He looks for the clinch. Sakai's pretty good on the clinch. He gets guys in the clinch and kind of beats them up. And I think Rozenstruik is going to be able to take advantage of, that particular style where he's just coming forward. And it's just exactly what Rozenstruik wants. He wants a guy that's going to come forward on him and he can look for counters. Jairzinho Rozenstruik has so many kickboxing matches, it's unreal. So he has so much experience. Even though, he's only been in the UFC for a limited period of time, he's fought some elite talent. He fought Ngannou. And one thing I want to mention about the Ngannou fight, as short as it was, and even though Rozenstruik got brutalized in that fight, I wanted to mention one of Rozenstruik's strengths is leg kicks. And even in that short period of time, he landed a couple of those heavy leg kicks on Ngannou, and he's used them in plenty of his fights. And I think he's going to chop up Sakai's leg. I think Sakai is going to be kind of, a little bit more patient in the first round. I think Rozenstruik's going to chop up that leg. And I think eventually Sakai is going to start rushing in, maybe second round or so. That's why I'm predicting second round TKO. And Rozenstruik's just going to catch him on the chin. The reason I'm saying TKO instead of KO is just because Sakai just seems so tough. He's taken so much damage, even in that Overeem fight, survived. He's not going to, Rozenstruik is just not going to put him out cold. He's just going to TKO him, maybe drop him and finish him with ground and pound. But in this fight, both guys have a very similar height and reach. Both guys are coming off a loss. I was looking back and forth between both guys' resumes. Neither guy really has a good resume. If you want to look at opponents in common, you have both of those guys fought Andrei Arlovski. Rozenstruik, obviously finished Arlovski. Sakai won by decision, split decision, matter of fact. And they both also fought Alistair Overeem. Sakai obviously lost the fight where Jairzinho Rozenstruik had a come from behind TKO, KO, whatever you want to call it, of Alistair Overeem in the fifth round in the last second. I was actually there for that fight. It was absolutely crazy when he split Overeem's lip open. Not that I want to play with MMA math because I'm not a real big believer in MMA math, but I thought it was worth mentioning. But I just think, Rozenstruik is going to be the faster guy. He's a little bit smaller guy as well. Sakai just looks ginormous in fights. And I think Rozenstruik's going to have a speed advantage as well. I think he's going to be able to chop those legs. It was kind of hard for me to pick Rozenstruik in this fight after his last performance against Ciryl Gane. But Ciryl Gane, in my opinion, even though that fight against Rozenstruik wasn't super impressive, even though he dominated all 5 rounds, he didn't really look for a finish. But what disturbed me about Rozenstruik is he had nothing to offer. Ciryl Gane was just picking him apart from the outside, and Rozenstruik just had nothing. He couldn't adapt his game plan. He just had nothing. He just sat behind and just ate the jabs and just got picked apart from the outside. And that's not a style of fight that Sakai is going to fight. And I think that's the way to beat Rozenstruik. Rozenstruik, I believe, has 2 losses in the UFC. One is against Ngannou by first round KO, and the other is that Ciryl Gane loss. And I don't see Sakai having the success that either of those 2 guys who beat Jairzinho Rozenstruik before did. And you look back, and Sakai's last loss, which he's coming off of right now, is against Overeem. Overeem's no longer in the UFC, and I know Overeem's a well-respected heavyweight. But Overeem has the glass jaw of all glass jaws, and Sakai wasn't able to put him away. So I just don't feel like he's going to be able to go out there and put Rozenstruik away. Rozenstruik, is just such a good striker, and I think he's going to be able to counter Sakai and eventually clip him and put him down and finish him. I just think that's the way the fight's going to go. We'll see on Saturday night. Uh, Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Sakai's going to come in there and put him out. Sakai's a super tough fighter. He's super durable. You know, we've seen him in the past eat big shots, but when you go back and look at some of his earlier fights, you know, he didn't do all that well against Chase Sherman. Yeah, I know he won the fight. He eventually TKO'd him, I believe. But still, he was eating some shots in that fight. And Jairzinho Rozenstruik is a far better striker than Chase Sherman. And I know that was a while ago, but still, you have to look back at the previous fights to try to predict what's going to happen in the future. And I just don't feel like Sakai has evolved enough. He's been the same guy he's always been. A tough, durable guy who's good in the clinch, has some great power. He's a big guy. I think both of these guys, you know, have a weakness as far as their wrestling game. You know, they've shown in the past being able to be taken down and ground and pound and held down. We've seen Alistair Overeem do it to both guys. Um, but I really don't see either one of them implementing a game plan where they're going to try to take the other down and hold him down and ground and pound him or get a submission. I would be shocked if this fight somehow ends in submission. I would be absolutely shocked by that. I just think Rozenstruik's the better striker. He's going to use those leg kicks. He used them very well in the JDS fight, which is crazy. He finished JDS, you know, last year, and JDS is no longer with the UFC either. So that's just crazy to me. The heavyweight division is really having some serious turnover. I believe the heavyweight division is the worst division in all of the UFC. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. I really do believe it, and that's also what leads me to say, you know, I'm not really excited for this fight. You know, it should be a fun fight. It should be a semi-interesting fight, but I really don't see either one of these guys ever competing for the UFC heavyweight championship unless somehow they fill in for an injury or something like that. I just don't see either guy being able to compete with guys like Ngannou, Stipe. You know, it's just not going to happen. Um, so with that being said, my prediction: Rozenstruik by second round TKO. Do me a favor though, make sure to like the video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you turn on notifications too, because I'll be doing predictions for UFC 263 very, very soon. And that's a fight card we can all get really excited for. Leave a comment and let me know what your prediction for this UFC Vegas 28 main event is. Do you think Sakai is going to win? Am I crazy? Or are you with me and you picking Rozenstruik? I guess we'll find out Saturday. Another thing I wanted to say, I was thinking about maybe live streaming this fight card. If you guys want me to do that, just let me know in the comments. I think that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.